What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another haircut tutorial. If you are new to the channel, thank you for watching, and if you can, please subscribe to my channel. I drop content almost every week on different categories, so if you haven't, please do. Without further ado, we're gonna get right into it. So we begin by setting in the 0.5 length using my client's temples as a guideline throughout the entire head. So the title of the video, why the edge up is important. As you watch me give the 360 look, you were able to see the different variation of hair texture on the side of my client's head, and therefore this type of cut can be extremely difficult. So as you guys can see throughout this video, I am going to be constantly talking about why the edge up is important and how it will enhance this cut. So you guys can see I am going straight across my client's head and not dipping down. Because my client does have a wider head, I am going to be able to complete this fade more evenly and more consistent if I don't drop it in the back. My client's occipital bone area isn't as exposed, so therefore I'm going straight through. So to begin this cut, I did start to fade down on the left side of my client's head using the number 4 guard all the way closed. And when fading down, I look at it as if I'm trying to work my way down, as it's in the phrase itself. So by using this 4 guard, I've already knocked out the highest guard for the entire fade process. And as you guys are familiar with the color of the guards, you guys did see me throw on the 3 guard all the way open and then closing it and then working my way down with the 2 guard as well. So for this next step, I threw on the 1 guard all the way open, setting in that guideline about 1 inch thick. So as you can see, despite the hair already being cut, we can already see that this cut is kind of everywhere. By that I mean it's pretty spotty, but the great thing about the edge up that we are going to do later is that the patches and spots will be exposed sharper versus when the canvas has no edge up, so stay tuned. The next step I am doing here is trying to eliminate that guideline that I set in with the 1 guard open, using just the 3 teeth of my blade on my clipper. You guys can see that I am detailing that line as well, just because I felt like the flat blade on the head couldn't take it out completely, so it's always important to detail using the corner method. For this next section of fading, I am only going to be focusing on the very bottom of this dark line. So I'm not setting in any more guidelines because I want to preserve that dark bulk to give this blend a glow. For the next step, we begin the clipper over comb process and start to angle the comb out at a 45-degree angle. I do have the 1 guard all the way closed because I don't want to remove that much length, but rather I want to remove the weight so that way I'm evenly dispersing this bulk that is sitting at the top of this fade. The shorter the hair is, the more I'm going to bring in that comb more flush and even with the head at a 90-degree angle. So it's obviously going to be more tight as I'm knocking down this weight. But as we go higher, we are going to continue to angle the comb at a 45-degree angle. It's not necessary to go and throw on any other guard besides the one I already used, so that's why I even detail with the one guard. And at this point, you want to just continue eyeing out your fade. So you're trying to just search for any dark spots that need to be dispersed in this certain area that you're working with, in this area that you clipper over combed. Beginning now on the right side, because this is where the end of the hair reaches after the hair is combed, I did not start the fade down process, but rather began to fade up, setting in my guidelines. So right here I did start to set in the one guard open about an inch thick, and then coming right under it with the one guard all the way closed, just trying to soften that line that I set in with the one guard open. It won't take it out completely, but as you guys can see, this half guard will. So I do start with it all the way open and then just begin to work down as I'm watching it kind of disappear. Alright, so as you can see, the next step that I am doing is starting that clipper over comb process. I did this specifically so that I can show you guys why this edge up again is important, the name of this video. As you can see, like it does leave it kind of spotty, leave it kind of patchy as I begin that clipper over comb process. So you guys can see this edge up will enhance these dark spots. So as you can see, I'm going to continue clipper over combing, just trying to remove this bulk, and then we're going to begin to kind of detail using the one guard all the way open. But like I said, this detail process is important and will be more exposed as you begin that edge up. So right here, I'm just gonna stay quiet, let you guys watch the rest of this right side be blended, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the back. So right here on the back, we began that clipper over comb process. This is just all clipper over comb from here on out, just going to detail using that one guard, and then again coming under it with the half guard, just trying to eliminate these spots. But using this clipper over comb method, it does save you a lot of time, a lot of speed. That way you're not having to consistently rotate guards. Alright, so right here we are beginning the most important, crucial part of this fade. The most satisfying part of this fade is this edge up. My client did want a taper in the back as well, so you guys can see how this edge up will enhance this taper as well. And as soon as I'm done edging up my client's nape area, I am going to be attacking it with a foil razor. I'm using both foil razor blades, so again, it does take out and cover more ground. Right here, beginning my client's C cup, my client wanted it all natural, so we aren't going to be using any enhancements. But as you guys can see, the contrast around my client's C cup is pretty strong, so necessarily doesn't even need enhancements. And what we do to one side, we're going to replicate on the other side as well. And for the exact same step on the right side, I'm going to be doing the same step on the left side. I'm going to give him that natural line, but also full at the same time. And then right as we clear these hairs around the nape area, I'm going to be coming under it with the foil shaver. All right, so for this taper, as you can see, we are already set in the 0.5 on the side, so this taper is going to be fairly fast. But the first step I did do is bald out the client. Notice how I didn't plant the trimmer into my client's head, so I didn't plant it in that guideline just because I want this blend to be easier on my part and more softer as an end result. So this next step, I am going to use this foil shaver by balding out the very base of this taper.
Luxray Beats.
All right, for this next step, just to ensure that everything is evenly one length, I did open up the lever with no guard, just in case when I set in the 0.5 it didn't pick up all the way. Right here, you are ensuring that you are going to be having a consistent cut. And you guys saw right here, using that close to open method, we are going to be opening up that lever as we watch that line shift up. And as I complete this close to open method, while I open up all the notches, it does not mean that this fade portion of this fade is complete. You always want to go back and detail, maybe even start again using that all the way close to open method all the way up. So you're going to continue seeing me detail using my corner method, using the 3 teeth of my clipper, just to ensure that this fade is indeed blurry.
Luxray Beats.
The perfect body. Washboard abs.
Mr. Jesse Babu.
Produced by Ray.
And one of the lap steps we do is we're going to bring out the trimmer to finalize this bottom stubble portion that I set in with the trimmer. So again, if you use the trimmer, you want to try to eliminate your lines with the same machine. So I set it in with the trimmer, so I'm going to eliminate and completely detail this fade with my trimmer. Going back right above it, I'm going to be using the clipper all the way closed, and just try to detail as much spots as I can before I show my client that his fade is complete. So you guys saw the before, and check out the after. You guys saw, because we edged up the client's C cup, his nape area, we took out and cleaned up all the little hairs that didn't need to be on my client's face. We edged up his C cup. As you can see, this fade is pretty blurry. It pops. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. The Real Barber Joe, and we'll see you in the next video.